All right, hi guys, welcome back to the Honey Pop. My name is Brittany. I'm one of the co-owners, and today we have an interview with Jennifer Kassir. She is an actress, musician, businesswoman, and content creator. And we're so honored that we got to speak with her today and talk about some of the different platforms she's on, some of the different projects she's working on, as well as her music as well. So, without further ado, let's get into the interview. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Brittany. I'm with the Honey Pop, and today we are sitting down with Jennifer. So, for the first question, we kind of like to give you the floor and let you kind of introduce yourself.
For sure. So, hey, everybody, this is Jennifer Kassir, aka Miss Beanie, and I am here today to talk to the lovely Honey Pop about my life, my career, my challenges that I go through, and hopefully I can inspire you guys. And so, I'm a TikToker and YouTuber. That's my main thing right now. I actually started on YouTube, I've been trying to pursue it for years. And then I switched over to TikTok, and it was kind of like a shortcut to success, which I knew it was. And that's why I got on it. I was like, I gotta join now when it was at its peak, like end 2019, 2020 COVID time. So yeah, I have three accounts right now. Your girl can't sit at one account. Like I don't like settling. I'm like, I need many things. I want to target many demographics. So I started off with my account, Jennifer Kassir, just me, lifestyle content, pranks, challenges, and that was not enough for me. I was like, no, you know what? Like, I don't want to just chase virality and make random content. I want a niche. So I made another account called Miss Beanie. That's kind of my character now. And I have my sidekick toy parrot with me here, Larry. And so I make content for kids. So the niche is kids comedy, kind of. So then I have another account, of course, called Arab Gen. It's only content where I speak in Arabic. So I'm targeting the Middle East. So that's what I have as far as TikTok and YouTube, of course. Two channels, of course. So I have one for Miss Beanie, and I'm about to surpass 300,000 subscribers. I'm not like very active on it, but I'm trying to be very, active this year. So, and I have another one called Jennifer Kassir. So I started off doing reaction videos, like critiques on movie trailers and, kind of, I would say kind of what you guys do, but I was doing that on my YouTube channel. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to do this. I don't want to comment on other people's stuff. I want to have people comment on my stuff. I want to be, the center of attention, which is kind of funny. But so yeah, that was my journey on content creation. I have a lot going on. I'm also a singer. I got into music actually like 2021 and 2021, and entrepreneur as well. I have my family company. We manufacture skincare, cosmetics. We also do hair care, OTCs, you name it. Pretty much we manufacture anything. And I'm the co-founder of LA Bodies, a skincare line all about female empowerment, but we also do target men. We have products for everybody, and we're very inclusive, and we're just trying to make a change in the world. So that's a little bit about me. And yeah.
I love that. Yeah, you seem to be really busy.
Yes, yes.
But
Definitely.
I love that you have like different accounts for like the different loves of your life. Like you get to do
Yeah.
the kids comedy to kind of
Mhm.
pitch that like in your brain, and then you've got like your actual lifestyle content and then music and then your
Yeah.
actual like business. And so it's like really
Yeah.
cool.
Thank
Um
you.
but so for people that I guess are more or might not be familiar with Miss Beanie,
Yeah.
could you tell us a little bit about her and why you created her? And then
Yeah.
um yeah, so kind of like the little backstory.
Yeah, definitely. So Miss Beanie, it was actually inspired by Miranda Sings and Mr. Bean. So it's kind of funny because it's like two very different people. but it's also adding a twist on my own. So when I first was trying to come up with a character, because I love playing characters, I've always made content that's just not 100% me, but I would take aspects of myself, of course. So I was like, okay, what can I do? Like, who do I look up to the most? And like growing up, especially, because I wanted to be a role model for kids. I'm like, okay, I liked Jenna Marbles. Or I don't know if you remember her, right? Yeah. And then Miranda Sings. She was amazing. Like, I still love her until today. I'm like, okay, like her personality, I don't want to copy her. I don't want to copy anyone, I want my own thing. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I also love Mr. Bean. He's funny. I resonate with him. So then I was brainstorming. Actually, me and my dad, we were brainstorming because he also loves this industry. And he just gave me an idea. He was like, how about Miss Beanie? And at first I was like, wait, that's so weird. What? He's like, yeah, Miss Beanie. Like, and we didn't even know what we were gonna do. I was trying to be a YouTuber. Like, I was trying to be the next YouTube sensation when I was coming up with this concept. So I was like, yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, that's an interesting thing. Then I told him, okay, well, how about I wear a beanie in every single video and I make it a controversy where people are gonna eventually ask, why are you never showing your hair? So I was like, okay, this is cool. So he kind of gave me the name idea, and then I kind of added to it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna customize my own beanie. I found a manufacturer, put my logo on it. That was the very start. That was the origin of Miss Beanie. And most people don't even know this story. So this is interesting. And then I tried getting on YouTube. It was kind of like a year and a half journey of trying to figure out what I want to do. So I never did it. Like, I never actually pursued Miss Beanie. I actually registered my film company, LA Multimedia's production, did nothing with it. It was just sitting. Miss Beanie was sitting. I trademarked the name even. I had it trademarked, and all of that. Then TikTok comes around, and that's obviously, I was like, I don't want this concept to go to waste. I'm gonna get on TikTok for it. And actually, my dad was like, okay, but like, he kind of wasn't a big fan. He was like, no, like, I want Miss Beanie to be respected. I want you to make professional short films with it and really like take it in the film industry side. Funny because I actually have a movie I'm working on now for Miss Beanie. So it's like, and we're still writing it, but um so I was like, no, but you know what, it's now or never. I need this name to be out there. I don't care if I don't start with YouTube. I don't care if I don't start with the film industry for it, and pitching to studios. No, let's make it happen. So I did it, and I was filming every single day, actually like 8 to 10 videos a day, believe it or not. Just posting random things and being crazy, kind of who my character is. Like, I'll be like, do you like my bird? Like, stuff like that. And so initially, I didn't even think this was going to work. But, when I started, I didn't see results for about 3 months. Like, my first viral video, I started in December, like the very end of December 2019. And then I didn't get my first viral video in February. So it was a lot. Like, it was a lot of work of trying to make it, and I was still in college at this point, and I'm like, oh man, like there's just not enough time for me to make the content I want until COVID hit. And they're like, okay, y'all gotta stay home. And that's when my career really like skyrocketed. I went from zero to over 1 million in just a year. That was my goal. I wrote it down. I'm like, I'm gonna surpass 1 million. Like, there's no questions asked. So that was crazy. And then it just kept going and going and going. And now my Miss Beanie account's about to hit 4 million followers. That's cool. So yeah, that's the journey, my detailed journey of kind of how I got here. A lot of work, a lot of challenges along the way for sure. And actually, my first time ever being recognized in public was actually before I even hit 1 million. So that was insane. That's actually when I realized, like, whoa, what the heck? So this is an actual thing. Like, what? I still remember the story. I was at 800,000 followers, and I was at a pumpkin patch, and these kids, they were like, oh, like this little girl, she came up, she's like she pointed at my beanie. She's like, oh, you're Miss Beanie. I love you. I'm like, what? Like, this app just like makes people like recognize others. Like, yeah. So I was like, okay, this is serious. I'm gonna like really put in energy. So yeah, that's about it. Sorry, I can't summarize. I'm like trying to talk less, but
No, you're fine. No, that's really cool though. Like being able to like you put in all this work and you get these amount of followers and like the numbers are great. It's all
yeah.
good.
Mhm.
But getting to see like a physical person be
Mhm.
like, "Hi, I know you from your content." And
Yeah,
that's really cool. And that's
yeah,
really special. And then you hit a
definitely.
million and then you're just like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." So,
Yeah,
yeah, that's really
yeah.
cool.
Thank you.
But so Miss Beanie is just one facet of your life. You are also a singer, and so you just released your song called Killer.
Mhm.
And could you tell us a little bit about the song and how it came to be?
Yeah, definitely. So this song was actually written by my music manager. So I did sign with a music manager after my first single that I had called Bye Bye. So he came in, he was like, "Hey, like you're very talented. I want to help you help develop you and put your package together. How about we give you an artist name?" So I had been already making songs under Jennifer Kassir. I wrote one of my songs. I've only written only one song, which is Star. I called it Star. I performed it at my pageant, Miss Arab USA, so that was cool. So for Killer, kind of, I told him I wanted another empowerment song inspired by the 2000s. Like, that's my type of music. I love 2000s Disney music, like Victorious, like Take a Hint was my biggest thing ever. I love that song. I still do. So, I told him like I need something like that or like Katy Perry vibes or Lady Gaga, my biggest, role models growing up. So he's like, okay, well, let's do something different, obviously, but still inspired. So, and I told him, okay, yeah, empowerment, like telling people that they can do whatever they want, they can chase whoever they want, especially females. I'm specifically talking to girls here, like they should go after who they want. They shouldn't wait around because I know a lot of us always are waiting like for the perfect person to come pursue us. But I'm like, you know what? If you like someone, tell them or just give a hint. So that's kind of how it started. And then he, produced it and we were performing. I rehearsed it actually a lot. I really rehearsed and took some vocal lessons for it because I wanted it to be pretty perfect. I'm still improving my music game, you know. I've always loved singing, mainly a cappella, but I'm finding it a little challenging in the studio because it's a whole different process and you have to be like perfect with your like tone, your range and everything. Uh so yeah, it was actually good. We got it on the first take. So it was pretty impressive. And we're still working on more music right now. I'm working on an EP and we'll see what happens with my music journey. We'll see.
No, that's really cool. I saw that you for the I think it was for your song Whatever You Want.
Yeah.
You have a music video out for that one, and it was directed by Guap City
Yeah.
Productions, which is Snoop Dogg's
Yeah.
director.
Yeah.
So how did that like partnership come into play? Because like you don't like that's it's so cool. I love Snoop Dogg. I love
Yeah.
that man. He is so much
Yeah,
fun.
me too. Yeah.
How did that partnership come to be, and how was like the filming of the music video for it?
Yeah, for sure. So of course connections with my music manager. So they've been friends for a long time. So that's kind of how that happened. But yeah, it's just the music industry is really all about kind of who you've known, connections. So yeah, and he was very sweet. He was really amazing to work with and really guided me because I was definitely nervous. It wasn't my first music video, but it was a whole different concept actually. So I did go out of my comfort zone for it. Uh I wore a red wig and I was dressing up a little more revealing than I wouldn't say I was 100% uncomfortable, but it was kind of like, ooh, I think I learned a lot from that experience. I think I learned that I no longer want to pursue that kind of image for myself. Not that it's wrong, it's not wrong. It's just I learned that it's not me. It didn't feel 100% right. Like after it and after like watching my music video, I was like, this is cool, but I don't feel like I'm watching myself. Which I mean, maybe that's the whole point, because like Jen Royale, it's like Jennifer's alter ego. She's this, bad girl, but I don't know. I don't want to do that. So it was fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun. It was just a little not me. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, oh yeah, like I'm just being authentic. That I don't know. It didn't feel good. Actually, when the music video released, it's so funny because most people don't even know this, but it was like I was literally like when it released, I swear I was crying. Like I was like watching myself and I'm like, what did I do? Also, a lot of people, a lot of my fans, they were like, oh, we lost respect for you. Like, what is this? Like you're like being like too sexy or just oh like we lost her. I'm like, what? Like what? You didn't lose me. Like what? Like I'm still the same person. I'm not like so I don't know. I just it was weird. It was a very weird experience. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Just not for others, for myself. I myself wasn't already that comfortable. But then seeing the commentary, I'm like, man, like it's one thing if you love what you're doing and there's haters, but if you already didn't really like what you did and there's haters, it's kind of like a iffy thing. So just had to point that out with people.
No, I think even because watching it, like I didn't really see kind of how you felt because you did a really good job acting.
Thank
Um,
you.
but I think it's really good that you kind of learned that about yourself and you're like, hey, like we've tried it.
Yeah,
Didn't really enjoy the entire process. I didn't really enjoy how I felt. And I
yeah,
didn't really like how I felt watching it back because now you're taking that as like a learning moment for you and being able to release more music in the future and you're like okay hey like we've already done that so
yeah,
no, don't do that again
yeah.
because me and the fans don't like it so we're gonna
That's
be able to figure out like what exactly you want like your style to be or like the style of the videos that you want to put out
oh
so I think
yeah,
it's really good that you've kind of already learned that now you're like okay
yeah.
done.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not bashing it. I mean, I think the video is awesome. Like, I've learned like this was like in the beginning. Now when I watch it, I'm like, oh, cool, that's me. Like, I did that, even though I wouldn't do that like exact concept again. I'm not saying it's bad. I am not shaming anyone if people want to do videos. I think it's everybody's like preference or comfort level. I mean, I post myself in bikinis, so like I feel like if someone's watching this, they're gonna be like well, you already kind of post yourself revealing, but it's not really about the revealing thing that's uncomfortable. It's more of like the intention of like trying to seduce, because that's like not really my branding, I think. So it's not wrong, it's just a little off branding. So it's like, okay, empowerment. You could still empower people without being way too seductive. So I think I'm still kind of discovering what I want for the next music video. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that's really important for you. It because
Mhm.
it's not like it was bad. Like it
Yeah.
really wasn't. I watched it. I was like, oh no, that's pretty cool. But
Thank
it's
you.
like, but if you yourself know that you don't really want to go in that direction, I think that's fine. I don't
Thank
think anyone would be like, oh my gosh, like she did this like before. It's like, no, who cares? Like you're
right.
learning, you're growing. Like
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
all learning. Life
yeah.
is hard sometimes.
It is, it is.
Um, but yeah, so for I guess going back to Killer, I think it was. So
Yeah,
you got to record at Skip Sailor Recording
yeah.
Studios. And I think it was for
Mhm.
Killer, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, okay, good. I was like, I don't know if I got that one wrong. So what was it like being in the recording studio and being in that specific recording studio? What was it like for you?
Yeah, it was definitely really cool. It's something like I've always wanted since I was a kid. I would always see these really big studios and I'd be like, like I want to experience that one day. So it did feel empowering and it felt different. It felt very different than like other studios. So actually I also recorded at my manager's studio too at first, and I've made other songs there. It's called Hit and Dealer Studios. So that's awesome too. And I feel like it's more intimate because it's just me and my manager in our in little space, so it's not like very big and there's other people watching. So also definitely like out of a comfort zone experience, but in the best way possible, especially knowing all the people that have worked and recorded there, like Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, like all these awesome legends. So like what like so I'm like, damn, okay. So I was kind of in the beginning a little nervous and my self-esteem, I was like, like, am I good enough to be here? But I was like, yeah, you know what? I am. We're all good enough. We shouldn't look at ourselves lower and we shouldn't look at ourselves as above anyone either. It's just, you should just be neutral. Someone told me never place yourself on a pedestal, but also don't like belittle yourself. So yeah, just neutral. Be like, yeah, I belong here. Great, but don't be like, oh yeah, others don't. Or, yeah. So yeah, that's something I'm still learning for
No,
sure.
I think it's good because I mean, you don't ever want to belittle yourself, but
Yeah.
you were there for a reason. You were recording in that studio for a reason. And so give yourself a pat on the back and that you were there and you were able to have that experience. And yes, you were the history in that recording studio is massive.
Yeah.
So it's just like definitely take that on and be like, oh my gosh, it's an honor. Like I love it. Like it's so cool. But yeah, like when I heard that you recorded the song at that studio, I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh. I was like, oh, the history. Like that's
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And it's so cool that it's um one of your first like sets of songs being out is one that you recorded there because like that's oh my gosh, I could never even imagine walking in. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like
I
there's
know,
so
like
much
all of it.
history.
Yeah, it's crazy. You see all like the plaques and everything, and I'm like, oh man, this is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, that's who I want to be.
Yeah, yeah, it would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. So you mentioned that not only do you do music and Miss Beanie and all
Uh-huh.
that kind of stuff, you also have like your businesses. So I would love if you could you talked about it a bit in the beginning, but I would love for you to kind of go into more detail, especially about like your skincare and all that kind of stuff. Like I think it's really cool that you have so many facets of everything. So I would love if you could kind of talk about it.
For sure. I appreciate it actually that you say that because a lot of people are like, you gotta do one thing, girl. Like, you're not gonna succeed like this. I'm like, okay, I'm taking it day by day. Like, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry, y'all. But yeah, so I appreciate that. So, my skincare line, LA Bodies, it's been a journey. So, we actually didn't just newly launch it now. It's actually relaunched, it's rebranded. So, we started this brand and trademarked it I believe over 7 years ago. So we were already selling. It was already kind of selling worldwide, B2B, and B2C. So, but when I came in, I was like, I want to rebrand this, make it more modern, more for like the Gen Z and millennials, something that they would actually like to see. I care so much about the packaging and having a consistent branding and great product line. So it took a few months. I'm not gonna lie. It took a few months to even like redevelop the product packaging because I'm very indecisive and I'm very kind of nitpicky sometimes on what I want. Especially because I had to analyze other products and other competitors and see what they're doing, what they're not doing, come up with something that's different but not too different because you don't want to be too different, like especially trying to sell to retailers because they usually like buying things that are already in demand and something that like people are used to, 'cause they're trying to sell to people too. So yeah, so it was kind of a journey with that, and then once we finally figured that out, we obviously were producing and it takes time to produce the products. I even still don't have the full line ready yet. So we're still releasing more. We're gonna have an acne line. But right now we mainly just have so we have shaving creams, we have anti-aging products, we have an entire advanced skincare treatment for the face, like vitamin C lotion. We have our 24K gold cream for the face, which is our top seller right now, and blackhead peel-off mask. It's another top seller. These are just very common items that people love. And we have sugar scrubs, you name it. It's like we have everything bath and body face treatments. We even have our cellulite lotion, which to me, I was kind of very iffy with this because I love my cellulite and I love my stretch marks even. So we even have stretch mark cream. And I think there's nothing wrong with that at all. So I don't want people to be confused and be like, oh, like you have these treatments and these like preventions. So that's not good. That's not inclusive. No, not at all. This is just for people that want to prevent or treat. We're not saying that it's wrong at all. Actually, people should love themselves no matter what. But we do know a lot of people, or especially girls that are pregnant, that they're just like, we want to prevent it. We don't want too many stretch marks, so we have that option for people. Uh, but yeah, so that's kind of a little bit about my brand. So and we have so many goals with it. The growth and the overall mission that I have for this is really all about empowerment and eventually like opening up an organization, my own organization to support women and in so many different ways, with sex trafficking and education a lot more, especially the body positivity movement. It's like there's not one thing, there's not one way that you could change. So we'll see what happens with that.
No, I think that's really cool. And like even though you guys do sell certain products, it's not I think it's really important that it's like there are certain people who really do want those products.
Yeah,
That's just it. But then it's like, but you don't have to have those products. You don't have to use them.
exactly.
They're just
Exactly.
there if you would like to. So
Yeah.
I think that's really good because body positivity is super important. It's
Yeah.
something I'm super passionate about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really cool. And I like learning about like because most of the time I'm talking to musicians and artists
Mhm.
and bands, and we're starting to dive into like comedians and
Yeah.
actresses. And so I really like learning about everything people are doing. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, what are you doing?
Yes, yes, I feel you. I love learning too. It's really
Yeah.
nice. And then also about speaking of body positivity, I feel like that also includes the face. Like I dealt with acne my entire life. It's something I still battle like since fifth grade. So it like it hurts just as bad like when people will mention your acne, or especially like well kids, like I understand they're kids, but sometimes when people are like, oh, you have a new breakout or something, it's like man. So you know so having these skincare lines too, like anti-aging, also we're not saying aging is bad, like again, wrinkles, like I feel like we should appreciate everything, but again, like you said, some people want that. And so we're just offering the solution for people that want it. We're not here to say, oh, hey, this is bad because it's iffy. At first, I didn't really want to take part in a skincare line that, has to do with anti-aging or cellulite or all that. But then I had to really shift my mindset and tell myself, no, but you are helping those that want it. Don't think about anything else. So yeah, I just want to make sure I'm serving people in any way that I can. That's all I care about really. Because if I'm doing something that's not actually making a change, I feel like it's so pointless. It's just anything that's away from my purpose, it's so depressing. So I always want to make sure I'm in line with my purpose. So yeah.
No, and that's a good thing to know about yourself. And you're like, okay, so this is what I was put on earth for. This is what I really want to focus on. And these are just the avenues which I can better serve people. And I think that's really beautiful to have. And it's something that you're going to be able to take on all future ventures. Like the music things takes off, you're going to be able to do it in that aspect with your
Yeah.
TikTok, with your content creation, with your businesses and all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. So
Thank
thank you
you.
for sharing. Like I love that.
Of course, thank you for understanding.
Yeah. So we're getting close to the end. I want to ask a little bit more about the music. So with your I don't think you don't have a music video for Killer, but you have a lyric video, I believe, right? Or am I
Yes,
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 okay. I was like, I definitely
you're
watched
right.
one. I was like, I watched something. But
Yes,
you have
yes.
a lyric video. Do you have any future plans to do a music video for Killer?
Oh yeah, sure am. That's already in talks actually. So it's gonna be a really crazy cool concept actually. And we're planning on, shooting all over Hollywood and actually like there's a crazy plan for it. It's gonna be interesting. There might be aliens involved since it's like, I'm an extraterrestrial. So, but there's gonna be a storyline that's pretty basic. But I was talking to my director for it, and I told him I'm still not sure if I want like a clear storyline or if I want to raise questions. Like I don't know if I want it to be random where there's many different scenes that are just random and people are gonna be like, whoa, what's happening? Because I like stuff like that. Growing up, I used to like music videos, even if they didn't have a clear storyline, just something fun to watch, something catchy to the eye that's like trippy. Um, so we're still discussing. I don't know if there's gonna be storyline with a guy because I already kind of did that, or if it's something else. But I do know the settings. I want it to be on Hollywood Boulevard. There's gonna be studios. There might be a lab, a science lab, with some weird experiments. We'll see. And in front of Capitol Records. So we'll see. I don't know yet.
No, that'd be really cool. And I will be definitely keeping an eye out for it. So be like, okay, where is it? Like,
Yes.
I'll be one of your
Yes.
fans in the comments being like, where's your video?
Thank you. Thank you. I
No,
wanted to
it's
just,
super.
I like when people watch it, I just want them to feel like, I don't know what I'm allowed to say in here. Like I was gonna say badass, but yeah, but yeah, I just want them to feel that kind of how you feel when you watch a Lady Gaga music video. It's like, whoa, I feel powerful now. You feel when you watch people's stuff, you really like take on their characters. So I want to do that with others, especially kids. It's something like I want them to feel empowered and I want them to feel like they can go out and do the same thing and they should do it even if they're not trying to pursue a singing career. Like people should still even make their own music video. They should do photo shoots. They should do things that make them feel good because you don't have to be famous for that at all. Like people could just do it. Why not? It's not weird. Like, and that's my whole mission is to tell people to embrace their craziness and to embrace being who they are. So yeah, and for the music video, the theme, like I want it to be colorful. I might want to wear something metallic, like a metallic suit, very alieny, out of space vibes. So
No, I think
yeah.
that'd be really cool. And like you said, like people should just do what they love, even if it's
Mhm.
not like for the numbers or for
Yeah.
like social media. It's just something that you find fun. Like I think photo shoots can be really fun. Creating your
Yeah.
own music video is super fun. It's very creative too. It's getting the juices flowing in your brain and using like the left side of your brain
Yeah.
and yeah, I think it's just really fun. So I love that you said that. You're like, oh, just go do it yourself. Like,
Yeah. And also,
why
as
not?
Albert Einstein says, creativity is contagious. So
Yeah, like why
yeah,
not?
get it. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're getting to the end, and
Perfect.
so we also like at the beginning we like to give you the floor, but at the end we also like to kind of give you the floor. I'm gonna have all of your links down below so people can check you out on like the various platforms you're on. But this is kind of your time now to kind of direct people to like where you want them to go. So like kind of and anything. You can say anything, honestly.
I love that. Thank you. So first, I just want to say thank you so, so much for having me. It really means a lot. I love, sharing my messages with people and inspiring them, motivating them to chase their dreams. So thank you for the opportunity. I just want to say if you guys want to follow more my journey and learn more about me, what I'm doing, and really learn about who I am, because I know I play a lot of characters, then definitely follow my Instagram at Jennifer Kassir. I'm actually going to try to be more active on it. I've been trying to do the whole Reels thing, Instagram Reels. It's been a challenge for sure, but I'm trying to post more. I do post often on my story. I post motivation quotes. I post sometimes little vlogs and just different funny things. So you guys can learn more there. And if you have any questions, if you guys need help with anything, please DM me because I'm checking my DMs every day. So even if I don't get to people, I try my best. I really do. So you never know. And then also I did want to mention my acting kind of journey. So uh I know I didn't get to talk much about that, but it is still in the works. So I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. Right now I'm figuring out my branding in the acting industry because that's very important and something a lot of people don't consider. They want to get into acting and they're just like they think that they can do everything. But the thing is, with acting, my coaches told me like, no, you need to know your exact type. And so right now that's in process. I'm in the process of getting new headshots and new demo reels and just I'm actually changing the way I want to be seen in the acting industry. So it's a journey. It's not something that's overnight, but like through training and stuff, I'm learning a lot every day. So you never know. And I am obviously working on my Miss Beanie movie. So hopefully within the next 2 years, we'll see what happens, but there's some talks. I didn't mention this to anyone actually, but I'm gonna mention it. But I actually did pitch a show to Nickelodeon. I did not hear back from the deadline that they said, but I don't care. Whatever happens, happens. But I am still in talks with different Paramount people for a potential show for Miss Beanie. But whatever happens, happens. And yeah, just stay tuned for that. So yeah. Thank you
Yay.
again. Thank you so much.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. We're super excited about it. And yeah, as I said, all of your links are going to be down below so people can and find you really easily. They just have to click on it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and then once I have this edited, I'll send it over to your publicist and they'll be able to show you.
Oh, thank you so much. I really
Yay,
appreciate
thank you. And thank you so much for just taking the time to talk to me today on this Monday, right
it.
before the holiday.
Yes, I hope
Yeah.
you have a lovely holiday and an amazing, productive week.
Oh, you too.
Thank
All right.
you.
So that was our interview with Jennifer Kassir. As you can see, she is a very lovely human being, and we loved getting to chat about all the different ventures that she's on. We got to talk about some of her music that's come out, the music videos she shot, upcoming music videos that she wants to produce in the future. And also, we got to talk about a little bit about her like acting and also her content creation. Especially, you probably know her from her um, TikTok called Miss Beanie and the kids comedy that she does over there. She's about to hit 4 million followers, which is incredible. And we just loved getting to chat with her and learning more about her and who she is, and even the companies that she is a part of, like her skincare line. All of her links are going to be down below, so we definitely highly recommend you go check her out and go follow her and let them know that we sent you. And then, as well as our links are going to be down below. We have a Discord server that we would love for you to join us at. We talk about all things pop culture, so film, music, TV, podcasts, gaming, pretty much anything you can think of in the pop culture realm. We're going to be talking about it. So if you love Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, K-pop, Louis Tomlinson, just anyone, also pop punk. There are two resident pop punk girlies in there, Amon and I. So if you like that style of music, definitely come and hang out with us. We're there 24/7 and we would love to meet you. So we hope that you enjoyed this interview and we will see you in our next one. Right. Bye.